dear students, today we will discuss about classification in data mining. Classification, as we all know, is very important. Because generally classification is a term derived from the term class. Means we have to separate the data in different classes, in different groups. Basically, it is grouping. And in the under classification, we will be discussing about decision trees. So classification means we have to assign each and every attribute a class. We can have different classes, different groups. Each record should be assigned a class. But we should know which records we are talking about. We are talking about the records that we have collected in the data warehouse, and these records are previously unknown. So given a collection of records which is considered as the training set which we will use to train our model. Each record contains a set of attributes. One of the attributes is known as the class. Goal of classification is to assign class to the records that we have collected in the data warehouse such that these records were previously unknown. Because we work on historical data in data mining. Historical data is needed to make the decision for future. We have to make predictions. So we collect the data that is previously unknown. So for classification, we can say a test set is used to determine the accuracy of the model. Usually the given data set is divided into training and test sets, with training set used to build the model and the test set used to validate it. So the classification task consists of the first step is learning algorithm. We will be having an algorithm, and then we will design a learn model. This model will be accepting as input the training set. In our case, we are considering a training set which consists of transaction ID and then attribute 1, 2, 3 and 1 is the class. Based on the attribute 1, 2 or 3, we will decide whether the transaction 1 will go into some class or it will not go into some class. For this, we induce the value to the learning model, and then after that from learning model we will design the final model, which is the final output of the data mining process. And then we have a test set. We apply the model, we use the model and then apply the model. That applied model is applied on the test set, and from the test set we can decide 11, 12, 13, 14 transaction ID have to be assigned either yes class or no class. Based on the training set, we will decide the classes for the transactions 11 to 15. Example of classification task consists of, we can say, classifying credit card transaction as legitimate or fraudulent. We will decide whether a customer can do fraud or he is a genuine person. So credit companies can use this classification task. And then classifying secondary structures of protein as alpha helix, beta sheet or random coil. We have to decide whether which particular symptoms will lead to which class. Then we can use categorizing news stories as finance, weather, entertainment